Go on.
I think that's the way it should be done. Now, we're getting back to my own story now. So I became a Muslim in January 1980. I went back. Thereafter, I went to do research for my doctorate in Palestine. And on the way there, I was in Egypt in January 1981. That's the first
81
time
in Egypt.
I arrived in Egypt. And even in Alexandria, where I now live, I visited in 1981. And I remember getting a pamphlet from the mosque, from the Islamic Conveying Message Society, back in 1981.
Sheikh Abkarim, after you gave us a brief synopsis about your life and how did you accept Islam, would like to know what were specific problems that face you when you embraced Islam?
The first big problem was getting my doctorate.
Yes.
I wasn't able to get it.
In Arizona University?
In Arizona, yes. And being a Muslim was part of it. It wasn't the whole reason, but it was part of the reason. I remember one of my professors telling me, wait to do the jihad till later.
Okay. I told you before about the ideas propagated against Islam in the books of fanatic writers. What's about you?
That was the old days.
That Islam is spread by the sword.
Some of that people still believe that Islam was spread by the sword, that Islam is nothing but a cheap version of Christianity,
yes.
That the Prophet, peace be upon him, was a womanizer, marrying a 9-year-old girl. Many rumors or false things like that are still in people's imagination to this day. A bloodthirsty religion. But of course we know this is not true. It took Islam hundreds of years to spread over the world. And if that was true, why are there still millions of Coptics in Egypt? Why are there still Christians in Palestine, Jews in Morocco? So obviously that's not true.
I'll go back to the negative ideas about Islam in the United States, such as Islam treated women badly. How can you deal with these false allegations?
That's a tough one, because America is in the throes of a concept known as feminism. And frankly, this is a concept which is against Islam. It's a concept which can never, and the way it's taught in America, never come to terms with Islam, because it says that women and men are equal in the sense that they have the same duties, the same responsibilities. And this is not true. Men and women are equal, but different. We're not the same. But with feminism, you go to the same bathroom. So it's just a concept which is...
You told us that the most common essential problem that face you when you embrace Islam is that you didn't get your PhD in politics, okay? What's
Near
about,
East studies.
Yes. What's about your family?
No, my family, you see, in America, the Christians are of two kinds, mostly. You don't have the Orthodox like here in Egypt. You've got a few, and not many. You've got Catholics and Protestants. The Catholics I find to be more open-minded. They judge you by what you do. When you read about the fundamentalist Christians in America, these are the Protestants. These are the tough ones. But my parents were Catholics, so they judged me on my behavior. They were sad I became a Muslim, but they could see I was respecting them and leading a good life. I think deep down they always thought I would become a Christian again. Probably wishful thinking.
Did you call your family to embrace Islam?
Well, part of this concept in America, whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant, is you don't talk about religion.
You don't talk about religion.
Or politics.
Or politics,
yes. It's considered bad form.
Yes.
My parents didn't mind me becoming a Muslim, but they didn't want to hear anything about it.
Okay. But your father was died after you embraced Islam?
My parents are both dead now. They died 2001. My mother 2000. My father 2001.
Why didn't you call them for Islam?
They didn't want to hear about it. No. It was like, lakum dinakum liya din.
Yes.
Yes.
But
and that's how Americans
for
think.
Islam, and you are going to call for Islam.
It's not one of my gifts, unfortunately. This is what I'm doing now with the Dawah Society.
Yes.
After accepting Islam, What's your impressions about Muslim societies?
You know, wherever I've gone after I became a Muslim, and I lived in Sudan for 5 years in the 1980s, and I've lived in Egypt for a long time, everybody treats me so wonderfully, and it keeps me going. I can really see the brotherhood in action. And I'm just honored and happy to be living here with you.
Yes, I want to tell you something. Do you memorize some Quranic verses?
I've memorized 20 surahs and many other ayat.
سألته هل يحفظ شيء من القرآن فقال أحفظ 20 سورة
20 سورة نعم.
من القرآن yes وكثير من الآيات. Would you like to recite some verses now? سألته أن يتلو لنا بعض آيات في القرآن.
بس في حدود ده.
Yes.
1 minute.
I'll try
Which
Surah
surah?
Al-Shams. I'll try Surah Al-Shams.
هو يريد أن يتلو سورة الشمس.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طهاها والنفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بتقواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فغروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها.
Allah blesses you very much.
We are pleased to make this interview and thank you for joining us.